This is Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Bregman of the Jewish Executive Learning Network, and in today's shortened clip, I'd like to explore a little bit one of the insights, fascinating insights that we can glean from the concept of the Ushpizin. We learn from the mystical sources, classic rabbinic sources, that every day of Sukkot, every day of the holiday over Sukkot, the 7 days of the holiday, we receive into the Sukkah 7 special guests in a spiritual form. They come. Now, who are these special guests that come? It's Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Moshe, Aaron, Yosef, and David, King David, David HaMelech. Those are the 7 Ushpizin who come to the Sukkah. Now, misconception over here that I'd like to clarify. A lot of people think that it's only one of them that comes every day, but most of the commentaries actually say that all 7 visit every single day. It's just that they rotate who is the one who is actually leading in the others into the Sukkah. Okay, that's a misconception I wanted to clear up. Now let's speak a little more. Some people ask, what do they have in common? Obviously, these are some of the greatest tzaddikim, some of the most righteous Jewish men in all of history, but what do they have in common? Abraham and Yitzchak and Yaakov and Moshe and Aaron and Yosef and David. What do they have in common that sort of binds them together? There were other tzaddikim, other gedolim, other great sages. They didn't all live at the same period of time. What is it about them that binds them together? So one answer suggests as follows. One answer says that what they each had in common is they each had to go into periods of life in which they had discomfort and exile and wandering, and they had to leave their homes. We all know Avram Avinu, Lech Lecha. He had to leave his home. He wandered to a new land. We know about that. Yitzchak had that as well. How about Yaakov? All those years with Lavan. We know what happened with Moshe Rabbeinu. He was, first of all, obviously wasn't able to grow up in his Jewish household, which is in the regular way. And then even when he was set up in Egypt, he had to leave, and he ended up in Midian and all these years. We know what happened with him. Aaron had this in sort of a physical and spiritual form. We know what happened to Yosef. Yosef got sold by his brothers. He's away. He's wandering. He's on the road. Yosef had what he had. David HaMelech was also separated and exiled from his brothers. He had to flee for his life. They all had this in common. The tzad shava, the common factor is they all had to wander. They all had to exile. Okay? So this is great. So that's an idea. That's why the Ushpizin all have in common. Question is, what does it specifically have to do with Sukkot? So I'll tell you like this. The question is as follows. What is it that in life is like real life and what's not? A lot of people every year, they'll go out to the sukkah and they'll have sukkahs, they'll walk outside, they'll be in the sukkah, and parents will say this to their kids, they'll say, come out to the sukkah, kids. Let's come to our new home. This is our home. This is where we live now. This is our home for the week. Let's play make-believe. This is our dining room table. This is our house. And what happens is a lot of people relate to sukkah, the idea that that's our home where we move into for the week. And they'll relate to it like the sukkah is a make-believe, but the house, the physical home where they live, like that's real. Back in my house, back in my home, back in my apartment, back in my townhouse, back in my wherever I live, that's real, that's real life. But what happens in here is make-believe. The truth is, and a lot of commentaries speak about it, is that the sukkah is actually real life. Real life is filled with wandering, with struggle, with exile, being outside your comfort zone, physically, emotionally challenging, new situations. That's what real life is like. The sukkah is reality. The sukkah is reality. The permanence, the comfort, the tranquility that you think you feel when you're inside your house, that's not real. That's just imagine. The truth is, a lot of people who sleep in the sukkah, especially if they live in a more isolated or remote area, they say, I hope it's safe. I hope no bad guys, God forbid, are coming. I hope nobody's going to come and harass me in the middle of the night or something like that. You know, if I would be in my house, I wouldn't have to worry about that. The truth is that that is not the reality at all. One is just as safe in the sukkah, if not more so, than you are in the house. It's only that in our minds we have a feeling of permanence and security, that in the house, that's sturdy. I'm not wandering here. Here I'm not at risk. But really, the sukkah is real life. And that is something that we see from the Ushpizin, that some of the greatest Jews that ever lived, from the ones who end up becoming the special holy guests that we have in the sukkah, they themselves live lives where sukkah and impermanence and wandering, an absence of concrete physical tranquility in one set place, that was their reality, because that is really what life is about. And sukkah affords us an opportunity to internalize that and imbibe that idea very deeply and bring that into our essences. I hope you enjoyed today's clip. This is Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Bregman of the Jewish Executive Learning Network. Hope you'll take a moment to follow these classes on TorahAnytime.com, as well as check out my brand new station on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and plug in Rabbi Bregman. We have some unbelievable content that we're making available exclusively there. Hope you'll check it out and have a great Sukkot.